So, welcome everyone. Let's see. There we go. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Let's see, this one there. So, nice. Hey Mama, how's it going? Like this, I still have a sore throat, but I won't be doing the guiding today, so you should be okay with some questions and answers afterwards. Hey Jordan, don't think I've seen you before. Have you been here? Or have you been maybe not chatting? You're of course very welcome either way. Jordan Yaley. That's like a superhero name. Like, what do you call that when you have the same letter in the first and last name, like Peter Parker, Clark Kent? Okay, nice. Well, I'm glad you joined us. We do, normally it's, for those of you who are new, we do Mondays, we do guided meditations. So Mondays we have a fully guided meditation, and then on Thursdays it's just a sit-along, so you meditate by yourself. We start the meditation normally 5 minutes past 8, 20 minutes of sitting, and then we have questions and answers afterwards. So today we'll just sit together. It's just a nice time to spend some time together. We're a little group of people who keep coming back. Even though today seems like I was sick last time, so I think maybe some people think I might not even be doing it today, but I thought may as well. Have you meditated before, Jordan? Nice. What I normally do, I think you'll really enjoy Monday, since I don't do guided today, but we do a simple breathing meditation normally, where we just observe the breath, and if you have any questions after, you're free to ask. Yeah, it's a good time to start again, Jordan. Hey, Mats. Yeah, not really. I have, well, my throat is, I can speak a little bit better, but I got an infection in my eyes, so my eyes are completely bloodshot, and I can barely close them. But it's probably going in the right direction, I think. Feeling happy anyway, so that's the most important thing. And I recorded a really good video about it, actually, about being sick, and I can't even remember what I talked about, but it was very good. I think so, at least. You'll see it. Probably I'm going to release it this Saturday. We'll see. Well, I thought about something, Mats, from last time. I said, you said how many times you've been doing it concurrently, that you're sitting. And I said, oh, only 15 times. I didn't mean that that's like a bad thing. I just meant that what people really start identifying with is when they've done something for, say, 100 days. Like I meditated 100 days in a row. And then there's so much identity, there's so much mean that then I actually ask people to just skip it for a day. Just you have to look at that also, the feeling of not doing it. Not because it's bad to meditate every day, but it's just that we're doing it for a reason, and sometimes you can get more problems from meditating more, kind of. So it's worth thinking about. But that was in no way meant as in, oh, you've only done it for 15 days. It doesn't matter. 15 days is amazing. I mean, that's more than the majority of the people on the planet ever do it concurrently. Nice. Yeah, that doesn't feel like it with you, but I thought I'd just mention it just in case. Hey, SKH, nice to see you back. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you here. I have a cold, but otherwise it's fine. Yeah, doing really well here. Otherwise, really well. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm happy at least. It's funny, we think that when we're sick, we should somehow be sad or feel bad. There's a difference between feeling bad and being sad or not enjoying life. You can really enjoy living, even though your body is shit, kind of, and everything is difficult. That doesn't mean you can't have fun or enjoy the things around you. I'm actually really looking forward to sitting with you guys now, even though I don't feel so well. It's like, yeah, it's nice. It's like our little meditation group, and we get to sit together. So for me, this is just a good time. Oh, sorry, I think I've gone over time. So we'll start the sitting, and like I said today, there's no guiding. It's just we sit together for 20 minutes. So we'll start by ringing the bell, and then after 20 minutes we'll ring the bell again, and then it's open for questions and answers if anyone have any questions. So like normally, if you want to, you can just continue sitting, or you're free to ask questions if you have any. Go ahead. There. Go ahead, mindful mama. If you're interested in coaching, Po, send a message. There's a link in my YouTube channel about, or I think I have it on the first message that is pinned on every video, and there's an email address, so just send me an email and we'll set up a time for a meeting and talk about, if there's something that would work. How long I recommend to sit when you're sitting? That is a very good question, and it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do insight meditation, as in a bit more, what they usually call vipassana, then they try to sit a bit longer. It will be anywhere from half an hour to an hour. If you're just wanting to calm down and just get centered, then, I mean, you could sit as little as 5 minutes, but I would really recommend that if you're doing a sitting, try to do at least 20 minutes, because it just takes time. It takes time for the body to calm down. It takes time for you to get centered. People who say they sit for 2 minutes or 5 minutes in the morning and they feel so centered and amazing, I think it's more something they say because they like to be people who meditate than actually being able to calm down like that. I mean, I've meditated like 15,000 or 20,000 hours. I don't even know how much I meditate. It's like a lot. And I remember, especially when I was ordained, as soon as I sat cross-legged, I would go like, my mind would just go into, and I'd be very relaxed, and I'd be in meditation immediately. So then, yes, I could calm down within seconds. But if you don't meditate that much, then I would say that you kind of need, 15 or 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a really good time to just start. If you want to take it a little bit longer, then, I mean, normally I would say don't sit much more than an hour 15. When I sit anywhere from 30 minutes to just over an hour and 15. Sometimes if it's just really nice, then I'll sit for like 1.5 hours, but that's really rare, because normally by then your legs are going to start hurting and there's going to be pain, and there's like an energy momentum in any sitting, so that when you sit, you feel that it's easy to be aware and sit and follow your breath or observe whatever's happening inside of you, whatever technique you're doing. But after an hour or so, that just starts to go down, and you're not as sharp. And then what we would do in the centers where we meditated, I think the strictest ones, there would be like 15 hours of scheduled meditation per day. Then we'd sit for 1 hour, and then you'd walk 1 hour, because then you get that energy back, and then you can go and sit an hour again. But there's also other things that come with sitting that much. There's more difficult things that come up. It becomes not something you do for relaxation, but more something you do for working through things and actually progressing with your inner practice. And that's a different thing. And I would recommend, before you start sitting, like a lot, that you actually do it at a retreat with some kind of teacher who can guide you through it, because there are a lot of things that can come up that are difficult to handle by yourself, and you start not feeling the same way as you did before. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just that we're so used to feeling this is me, and then when this me feeling starts changing, that can be really scary. So if you want to get into a bit more intensity, take it gradually and just back off if it gets too much. And of course I'm here so you can always ask me for questions. But if just generally, if you want to have a time, I would say try sitting for 20 minutes. That's just the time there where it's perfect to get relaxed and you get time enough to calm down and get into it. And if you've been here for a few times, which you have, then you know that after 20 minutes you can feel really calm. And then maybe when you're sat for 20 minutes, you go, oh, you know what, this is so nice, I'm just going to keep on sitting. Well, just keep on sitting then, if it's nice. I mean, there's no reason to stop if you don't want to, I mean. So, yeah, it really depends on what you want to do. If you just want to calm down a bit, 15, 20 minutes, that's fine. If you want to go into more insight practice or vipassana, then usually it would be around 45 to 1 hour and 15, something like that. Did that answer the question enough, or? You're welcome. Is Jordan still here? How did it go for you, Jordan? If you're still here, if you haven't left. I've seen a few people drop off now that the sitting was done. Nice. Anyone else have any questions they want to ask? Or anything they've thought about that's come up? Sometimes things come up when you're sitting also that might feel strange that you want to share. So it can be quite nice to share what you've experienced after the sitting. And other people will recognize it also if you had some kind of experience. It doesn't have to be a good one. It can be a bad one also. It could be a good one. As KH is saying, I feel like a nice empty bliss, like I'm high. But it's so difficult to maintain that nice feeling, man. Yeah, well, it depends on what you mean when you say bliss. So bliss for a lot of people, that can be a really spaced out feeling, but that's not really what we're aiming to do here. What we're aiming to do is having a what I call non-distortion, meaning that you're at peace with the world around you, so you're actually really aware of your surroundings. And it can take the form of bliss sometimes, but what we're aiming for is not good feelings. We're aiming for peacefulness or silence inside of us, where actually these, when you're sitting in the body, it's like just pushing and pulling everywhere, and you feel that, and then you just kind of let go, and it's like, oh, it's so easy. You can feel it's easy to breathe if you're in what I'm talking about, when it's non-centric, when you don't have all this distortion to the world around you. It's just easier to breathe. It's easier to move. Like your whole body will feel nicer. You don't have this constant thing around you. Like, I don't have to go somewhere, I have to do anything. You're just here right now, enjoying not anything around you specifically. You're just enjoying being. Meaning that it's not that we're enjoying an object, or that we're feeling the breath and the breath is so amazing and like that's the thing that's giving us joy or peacefulness. It's that we're actually feeling peaceful, and that peacefulness by itself is very relaxing and nice to feel. I don't know if that makes any sense, but what you're aiming for is actually not what most people call bliss, and I'm not sure people use that word bliss very loosely, so it might not mean what you're actually meaning. But what you want to feel is a feeling of just having let go of everything. And then, of course, as soon as you go up and you start doing things, then it gets difficult again, because then you have all these demands and things around you that start pushing and pulling at you. And then I don't know what time it is for you, where you're at, but here it's evening. So for me, it's very easy that now that I'm done, I just turn off the lights in here and I prepare to go to bed, and I go to sleep. So then it's easier to carry that feeling. If I would get up now and like, oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock, lunch break is 1 o'clock, lunch break is over, I'm going to go back to work again, then it would be a bit more difficult. But that's why we're doing this thing where we're learning to feel, and we haven't really gotten into it that much, but we will do it more. That after we learn to be aware of our breath, we're going to use that to start observing this distortion, this tension that you have towards things around you. And then when you walk out of the cushion, you can start feeling, like as soon as you move, you're like, oh, there's a tension. Many times there's like tension in your stomach that's kind of pulling you forward and just pulling you around, and then you just stop and you relax. So what you could do, if you wanted to bring that feeling with you, thank you, Mats, you're welcome. What you could do, SKH, if you wanted to bring that feeling with you, is that you when you get up, I don't know if you're sitting in a chair or on a cushion, but get up and just stand for a while with closed eyes and just feel like inside of you, and try to keep that feeling that you're having and just let go and just be peaceful. And then when you have that, then you can open your eyes and you can stand like that for a few minutes and just feel that as well. And then you can actually try sitting down again and see, can you keep that feeling when you're getting up and down? Because meditation in and of itself, sitting down, I mean, it's useful, but it's when you're sitting down, you want to actually carry it into your daily life. Eventually, you want to have awareness all throughout the day. Like you should preferably be aware most time of the whole day. And the way you do that is by sitting down, getting up, start feeling like, okay, what am I feeling now when I'm standing up? And just stand like that for a while. And then you walk around. I might actually get into doing walking meditation or talk about it one time. It's a really good technique for being aware when you're walking, and you just walk slowly and you feel this field of tension, of distortion. So I understand you. It is difficult to maintain it, but it gets much easier, especially if you understand what you're actually trying to do. It's nice you feel that, though. I mean, it's a really nice feeling to have a sitting and then feel like it's relaxed. But don't feel that if you don't feel like that your meditation was a failure. And if anything, I think that the sittings where it's really difficult and I'm just sweating and I'm going through so much pain and difficult sensations, those are usually the really, really good ones. Those are the ones where you get lots of benefit. Because now it's like you said, you feel peaceful and bliss, and then you get up and you start stressing again, if that's what you're doing. Whereas if you actually sit with something difficult, then you can let go of something, and then that is usually not an easy thing to do. Welcome. Yeah, try it. Okay, my voice is still quite sore, so I think we're gonna stop it here. And if you have any more questions, just come back on Monday. Like we said, Monday it's guided, so you're free to ask questions after. And I'll see you on Monday. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.